welders, we have the ability to make anything out of metal, to fabricate it and form it to what we want it to be, and make it turn out right. But we can't do that to people. And trying to have that approach on people is going to leave us along a lot. Um, Bridges burned, putting more responsibility on someone that shouldn't be there, or we expecting someone to be something that they are not, and it don't work out. You know what I mean? It don't do nothing but stress the situation out, it stress you out, it stress your relationship, your marriage, your friendship, or whatever the situation is. We have to realize as men that just because we got a vision, the people in our lives might not agree with that vision or might not have the same vision. Now, we do have people in our lives that's willing to do whatever to support us. We got good spouses, good girlfriends, friends, husbands, the list goes on, that really got our back to say, hey, I'm behind you. Whatever I can do to help you get there, let's do it. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to share one of my personal flaws with you, that I had to work on in my relationship. And in my relationship with dealing with my wife, we bumped heads for a few years, based on me doing the work. You know, I'm in the field, I'm doing the work, I'm trying to get things going, and I needed her help in a certain area. She was doing all she could do, but she's not me. And for some reason, I'm trying to, like, well, why you don't do this? Why you can't think like this? Well, I feel this way. Well, why you feel that way? Throw that out the window. We got the, but she's not as strong of a go getter as me, and that's fine. So I can't push her to be like, hey, you need to do this. This is who you need to turn into. I got to use her assets, her great abilities for who she is, because whoever that person is, they got something great to offer. But if you try to shadow them with your ideas and and who you are, then you're gonna keep them from shining who they are. So I had to step back and said, you know what, you're right. So that means I got to take more of my plate as far as what I was trying to do. But my wife is still supporting me. She shined in a different area, and the area she shined in allowed me to shine. You see what I'm saying? So I wouldn't have been able to come up with the products I did if she wouldn't have helped me create the environment. You see what I'm saying? Because you got to have a peaceful environment. You know, a man want to come home and not have stress. You know, you don't mind helping out doing whatever, but it's terrible when you come home and you got to argue at home, you fighting at home, and then you just did that in the streets with the people that you had to deal with, the business decisions, the meetings, the BS people on jobs, contracts, and then you come home, you got drama. That's the last thing you want. So I'm thankful that I didn't have to come home to drama or other than what I created that I had to fix. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna be honest as a man to tell you that we can't turn someone into something. They got to be already on that level or be willing to. So we have to allow a person to be who they are. You know what I mean? If that person is, you know, um, a good secretary, or that person is hands on, we have to learn how to be able to identify the the assets and people that we're dealing with. You know what I mean? Not necessarily to use anyone, but to say, hey, this is what you're good at. And I know what my wife is good at now. So I'm like, hey, this is your field. This is my field. And if we need someone, we can hire someone to help us in here, you know, or whatever. As we build a team up, we get people um, to hold them positions and to be able to do things that we can't do. Because I heard a millionaire say one time, I'm not the smartest person. I hire the smartest person. You see what I'm saying? Think about it. Just because you don't know, someone else knew. You put them in that position. And I think that's what we have to do. We try to put the wrong people in the wrong positions, and we stress our relationships out. We stress ourselves out, our business. We make bad decisions. So I think that one thing about being independent, especially being independent, because there's more stress on you, because you're trying to hustle and bustle and get jobs. You're trying to keep the lights and the bills paid. You're trying to keep food in, and in the back of your mind, you're like, man, I might have to go get a job, but you know it ain't in your spirit, but you got to feed the family. You got to do what you got to do. I get it. But we can't turn someone into something that they are not. That's going to cause us stress and them stress. So as a man, I would tell you, do some soul searching. Whatever the issue is, we both play a part, and realize you have to drop those obligations. This is not who they are. You have to just let things go organically. You say, hey, I support you for whatever situation that you want to be in my life, but I can't make you be something that you're not. It's not going to work. So, man, keep that in mind in your relationships, building your businesses, doing whatever you're doing. You got to build your team, but you can't make someone into something that they're not. Hold on.